Today, we're going to target on writing a resume, part 1, and we're going to focus on the basics. My name is Ross. I'm your instructor. So, as usual, I want to start my class with a quote. And it goes like this: by identifying the strengths you offer, a hiring manager can best determine if you are fit for the job and their organization. So, your job is to make yourself stand out from the rest of the people. And resume is the first step to do that. So you have to really identify your strength. And how do you identify your strength? Today's lesson, we're going to target on getting to know yourself. And a lot of people really never sit down and think about what strength that you have to offer for your future boss. And we are going to do that today. I'm going to help you realize what kind of potential, what kind of strength that you might have that you never really considered before. So the first step is to get to know yourself. And the standard personality test goes like this. There are color codes, or we have specific names for particular type of personalities, and we just round it down to 4 types. That really is the key, most obvious characters that you can observe in a human being. And the first one is the driver. And we also have expressives and analytic and team player. And some tests call them amiable. So as you can see in the axis, that the top is task-oriented, and at the bottom is the people-oriented type. And to my left, it's the tell type. And to the right is the ask type. So what that means is that on my left, the group of people like to tell people what to do. And to the right are the group of people who like to ask people what to do. So that means that if you're the type of people who like to tell people what to do, you are more of a stronger personality type, more determined, more result-oriented, okay? And to the right are the people who like to ask, people who are more polite, people who are more, we focus on getting people to do things in their own will, so to speak. But I don't mean that, people to the left are not polite. That's not what I mean. So let's take a look at what kind of characters that you might observe in each type of personalities. And I want you to really think what kind of personality resonates to your own daily behaviors. That's actually what we are going to do to discover what type of people you are based on these 4 types of characteristics. So let's say if you are the driver type, you might see yourself as, or someone would tell you that you are objective focused, know what they want and how to get there, and communicate quickly, gets to the point. And number 4, hardworking, high energy. And number 5, sometimes tactless or brusque. So when you think about it, objective focused, people who are driver type focus on the target, focus on the plan, focus on the objective, on the mission. So if you have something to do, you will put all your attention on doing that particular work and make sure that you see it through and make sure that you can succeed. That's the first quality of a driver type person. Sounds pretty good, right? And then the second one is to know what they want and how to get there. So if you are a driver, you know what you want and you plan to reach the goal. All right. So all very good qualities. And sometimes, people consider driver type very bossy, very target-driven, okay? And number 3, communicate quickly and get to the point. So sometimes, people who communicate quickly and get to the point, it's a good thing because you do not try to go around the point and you can communicate in a very clear manner. But the drawback is that you might offend some people. So if you're a driver type, you focus on the results, so you don't really focus on the relationship, which means that sometimes you upset people, okay? So it's not a bad thing, but it's just that drivers are so focused on the goal. All right, so number 4, hardworking, high energy. Of course, you need that because you have to get to the targets. So you have to work really hard to get there. And you have to have high energy, of course. And number 5, all right, that comes down to like I would consider probably the most obvious drawback, the obvious flaw of a driver is that, sometimes you're techless. Techless means that because you try to get to the goal and you don't really have a clear steps how to get there, but you're just rushing to the end, then you might appear to be very techless. You're just so eager to get to that end point. And brusque, same thing, that your plan may not be the best plan because you want to do it as quickly as possible. So your plan might not be the most well thought out plan. So all those things are driver quality, but keep it in mind that a lot of people might have mixed personalities. So you might see a driver crossed with expressives or a driver crossed with analytics. So it's just the very visible, very obvious characteristics in driver personality.